What's going on, everyone? Seems like everything is going good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play some music. Let's hear the music, I guess. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me and everything, even though I'm using this mic now. Just gonna wait until a few people join up. This usually is obviously something that a lot of people would join up on. Obviously. Yeah, I've been feeling to make this community analysis, man. It's been a while. Hopefully, the same amount of people come in as it did last time. Last time I got a lot of people coming in here. I'm just waiting on people to join up. In the meantime, I'm actually reading up on any new Kingdom Hearts news. I think that might be something that we should do first, regardless. I think it would just be a good idea to actually just first go over any information that we've gotten in interviews or anything like that, just so that we know what we're analyzing before just analyzing it. That's what I like to do. Like, I do an analysis, but I'd rather pull from information that is fact. You know what I mean? Obviously. So I'm just scrolling down here. No problem, man. Glad you can join up. Just looking for more information. All these renders are here, though. I might need to add some pictures in. The floor plans for E3 have been revealed. And obviously the release date is going to be revealed at E3. They're going to be in the South Hall, I believe. That's what it says. Yeah. Square Enix is planning to prepare sharp, powerful, and well-made titles to showcase at the event. Shinji Hashimoto for Kingdom Hearts 3 is excited for E3. Okay. June 12th to the 14th. Does it say what day exactly? They're probably going to release the trailer early, like they did last time. I think that's all the new information that's out right now. What is this? High quality images. Riku's new Keyblade. No. No. I believe that was stated by someone. I'm actually about to read that up right now, so I'll confirm that. Let's see. I'm just quick skimming right now on KH13. I'm pretty sure it was said. Alright, here, hold on. It might be here. This is a lot of good information right here. This is I want to reread this, but I don't see anything. but I heard that on freaking Twitter or something. Ah. I don't see anything that confirms that they're going to be at E3. Or that's when the sorry, the freaking release date is going to release. Shion's music, man. What's going on, guys? Trying to have everyone join up so we can do an analysis. See, I got everything ready right over here. Going frame by frame. And I got everything. Got the English trailer. Got the Oath trailer English. Got it in Japanese. Over here. What else do I got? I got a few other trailers just so I can reference. Like, this is the trailer that we got. Shit. I think this is from E3 of last year. Got that joint in Japanese and English. This is the newest trailer. Wasn't this from D23 as well? I think it was. This is the last D23 trailer. Oh, and then I got the trailer before that one. So this one is the one that was, I think, E3. And then, yeah. What's going on, Lucy? What's going on, Lucy? Free. Is everything smooth for you guys? It just says that people might be having issues, so I just want to know if that's the case. What's going on, Cobalt? Alright, people are starting to join up. Once people start talking and everything, you know what I'm saying? If there are enough people to be in the chat, then that's basically when I'll just start up the analysis. Because we're going to go ahead and analyze this as a team. I mean, I'm going to basically go through it. And I wanted to go through the Oath / Don't Think Twice trailer first. Just to pick out anything that is more minuscule. What's it called? More minuscule of a video, and then the bigger trailers. And then I have stuff that I can, like, you know, kind of reference in the other trailers. I have some other stuff. I forgot I have this over here. What's going on, Devin? Like, look at... Ooh. We'll save that for when he comes up. But there are definitely a few characters that have changed their graphics. I'm sure you all know. What's going on, Devin? I was about to call you Magneto. I'm assuming that I should be good as far as you guys being able to hear me. Also, can you guys watch me good enough? I don't have it on a phone or anything, so I can test out my stream. Let me see what's up. So I want to make sure that my stream is smooth. Is my stream smooth for you guys? I can't even. Where would I put this shit? That shit's gonna fall. Maybe right here. That might not be a good idea, but fuck it. Anyways. So are you guys trying to start this analysis? What's going on? I'll take this music. Now, first of all, thank you, Cobalt. So, let's go ahead and I just want to make sure that my stream is good, but let's go ahead and just analyze this thing. This music got me hyped now, so I'm gonna just dive in to the buns. You know what I'm saying? So first we have this really, really nice song, which is the new theme for Kingdom Hearts 3. And it sucks because it is only half of the song, and I know that for a fact. I see a lot of people out here have already like extended the music on YouTube, and it's pretty good how they're able to extend it. But the way that I just listen to it so much, I can tell it's not the full song. Obviously, they cut it in half, so that means that there's going to be, you know, just more of a, like, that song is amazing. Like, goddamn, I'd be cranking that song. That's a good song by Utada Hikari. Like, it was from a perspective like, it's just like, you thought that she would not be able to outdo herself from the last two songs, Simple and Clean for Kingdom Hearts 1, and then Sanctuary, basically, like 3 other names, for Kingdom Hearts 2. And it's like, damn, both of those songs were really, really good. How would she have been able to top that? And she did. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about that song. That's like, the song sounds really good so far, and I don't doubt that it's gonna like not be as good for the rest of the song. It's a really good song though. What's going on, Dorian? So we had the chess game. Now, what's first things first is that every world now that is phase 1, technically. Ooh, wait. Alright, so almost. So let's go over the main information that I wanted to talk about from interviews and stuff like that. I almost forgot about all of that. Just so that we can talk about some stuff with other information that we have from you know, them talking about it, because this shit is some good information. I have a feeling that there's going to be more, but I don't know when it's going to come out for us, translated or whatever. But so basically, let's see what are the main things. First of all, basically there's a lot of people working on this game. Everyone in the Osaka studio and 100 additional employees from Tokyo. I don't know if that means the original team. That sounds like what it means. They're working on Kingdom Hearts 3, and it has a dedicated lighting team and facial animation team. That's really good, just because like the facial animations for everyone's character model is just going to be a fucking one. Like, it's going to be amazing. It's going to look great. It already looks great. They keep trying to tweak up the facial features and lighting of characters and the skin color and everything like that, everything about them. And some of them are looking good, some of them are looking a little bit different, a little bit weird, not even really to me. Honestly, I think they both look great. And the two of the main ones are the Xehanort and young Xehanort and Xemnas. But I'll get to that in a second. But basically, that's really good that there's a facial animation team. The background team alone. What does that mean? When it says the background team, I wonder if it means like the background music or like the background. So basically, there are 3 different development processes for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it's early, middle, and late stage. There are 3 worlds per section, but it doesn't mean that there's going to be 9 worlds in total. Now that doesn't make any sense to me, but you know, whatever. And then we finally got some percentage completion, where it says 90% of the worlds in the early stage are, the early stage worlds are 90% complete. Middle stage worlds are around 70%, and then he didn't give a percentage on the late stage. He also says that something he's always wanted to do and put into Kingdom Hearts ever since the days of working on Final Fantasy has been done, and it's bound to surprise everyone. Like, what does that even mean? I feel like he created a complete Kingdom Hearts world. That is what I'm speculating. When he's saying this, and he sounds like it is like a world of an amazing grandeur, I guess you could say. I don't know. Like, I feel like what he's saying is that an amazing world that he has created that is expansive in size and graphical power, I guess you could say, just graphics, has been able to be achieved through this new engine, through the new technology that is at the palm of his hands with this game and creating it. I really feel like that he may have created the world of Kingdom Hearts itself. Like, you're able to go to the unseen land itself, and it is just like, Jesus Christ, I wonder how that looks. Oh my gosh, whatever it is, even if it is not that, I feel it's gonna be amazing to me. I already know it. What's amazing is that to the developers, they say that it seems like this Kingdom Hearts is in a whole new league in and of its own. And what does this say? This is one part that really confused me. It says great effort was put into each world, and they incorporate their own mechanics and gameplays to the point that one whole new world is the size of one of the previous games. So, first of all, that actually didn't confuse me. So basically, one new world in Kingdom Hearts 3 is the size of one previous game, or at least that's what it feels like. So let's put that into a time perspective, alright? But we're also going to be a little bit realistic that that is a little bit over an exaggeration, but it's a great way to explain it. Let's say that there are going to be 13 worlds in total in Kingdom Hearts 3, as if it is the 13 Secrets of Darkness. Let's hope there's a little bit something like that. That's what I've always hoped. So let's say that there are 13 worlds in total in Kingdom Hearts 3, and each world is the size of a previous game. I don't know what the fuck that means, because each game is a little bit big in and of itself with its worlds. Let's say, so, let's say at minimum, just to play the game, it takes 10 hours. Let's say Birth by Sleep. 10 hours to complete a world in a previous game. And now a previous game is the size of one world in Kingdom Hearts 3. And there's 13 worlds. So basically, you're looking at the possibility of playing Kingdom Hearts along with other stuff. Oh, son, hold on. So keep that in mind. And then this is another part that I actually wanted to talk about. Somewhere in here, basically they're saying that there is a new system for like capturing Heartless, and the gummy ship mini game or traversing is going to be a lot more in depth. It's going to be like 10 times better than what it used to be altogether, playing it and everything like that. So if you add all the mini games in this game, in addition to real content and story in Kingdom Hearts 3, this game, you can literally be looking at 120 plus hours gameplay, and either just then finishing the game, if you like play other content in the middle and you actually play the game, I guess you could say, or you get really deep on it. I don't know. Let's say this: if you rush through the game, I feel like it could, in addition to what you might have to do in order to actually beat the game, because I feel like this game is going to be hard as shit. Let's say to complete the game, I feel like it's going to be 80 hours. Maybe a little bit less than that. If you're just going to kind of rush through the game, maybe no cutscenes, I don't know. If there is cutscenes, I want to say like 100 hours. Not even 100 hours. That's 80. 80 just to go through the game. To play the game a little bit more in depth, like you're like a real fan and you're playing like everything, and not even like it doesn't even need to be you being a real fan. Like you just play the game and do everything you can in the game to have fun, leveling up, getting all the keyblades, all these mini games, capturing all the Heartless that are rare Heartless, and doing all the gummy ships. 120, 130 hours plus at minimum. I know for a fact I'm gonna have stupid hours in that game, because all those mini games, man, oh my gosh, this game is gonna be fucking crazy. Alright, just want to change the music up. Where am I going? I'm so confused. Gonna go ahead and change where the scene is, though. Gonna go ahead and leave it on Vanitas. But yeah, so that's that. So just the way that they're saying that each world is of that grandeur, that like it's that big, that size, like this game is going to be amazing. Like it's going to be a long game, really long. What else is said here? There is that Giant Land mini game. Okay. So there's another thing where there were some screenshots of basically the making of for Kingdom Hearts 3. And now in games there are going to be NPCs, live people in towns, at least a lot more. Like in any previous game, it would only be the people that you can talk to, and that would be rare. Really, the only people that would be talked to, like able to be talked to, would be Twilight Town and Hollow Bastion. Anywhere else did not have anyone, no NPCs. It was just the game, and you go through it. Now it looks like at least parts in these worlds that would have people are going to have people. I wonder if you're going to be able to, you know, talk to them, but that'd be pretty fun. Or it is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting now that there are actually NPCs in the, because it just didn't, to me it was never an issue, honestly, but I can see why it would be a funny thing where in this game you're protecting people from the Heartless and turning them into Heartless, trying to save people from becoming Heartless, when there's no one in the game, no people from Disney World except for like villains and friends. So now that there's going to be NPCs, it's going to be a little bit more nicer, I guess. Alright, so this is what I was talking about with the gummy ship gameplay. It'll feature an open world-like exploration and augmented combat style. Customization will be richer than previous games. So, damn. There's going to be like a search function for exploration and a battle function. So whenever you're traversing in a gummy ship world, you can go. Where will you be going? Like into little islands, the same way in Kingdom Hearts 2 was created. And you just fight. Like, so basically there are miniature worlds that you can fight Heartless on and possibly capture these rare Heartless while you're on a gummy ship. I saw somewhere else that when someone that was a developer, I think, that was explaining how the gummy ships were. I think it's right here somewhere. There it is, yeah. The attendee in question compared the gummy ship battles to those seen in Star Wars. So first of all, like, that's just gonna, like, if you've seen how the starship gameplay is in Star Wars, that shit's really in depth. And if Kingdom Hearts is going to be like this, and there's going to be an option where you can get off the ship and fight Heartless, like, goddamn, dude, this game is going to be big. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you can do in this game to have any sort of fun. The exploration phase will involve directing the gummy ship freely in any direction. Oh, wait. So, never mind. Wait. That's the exploration phase. No, because then there's a search phase. Okay, that's different. I think. Search, exploration. Is that? On a field much like an open world. Exploration phase will involve directing the gummy ship freely in any direction at 360 degrees on a field much like an open world. Okay. I think that's basically it for news. Yeah, I think that might be it. At least everything that I wanted to mention, I hope. So, if that's the case, then I can go back and continue this analysis. So, like I said, I should be able to, no issues. If anything now, I'll just go back real quick and talk about anything else. But this is this community analysis, so I want you guys to join in and put in the chat if you guys have anything else to add that I may have missed, anything that you guys have noticed when you were watching the trailer, anything like that that I don't notice myself or mention. Definitely just say it. Oh shit. So this is Sora falling down. So why did I stop when I was about to say this stuff? So let's start off with every world that was shown in these trailers now, they all have their command table finalized. Somewhere in there it said that basically most of these worlds that have already been shown off, like Kingdom of Corona, Tangled, Monsters Inc., Hercules, and what was some other world that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. They're all the ones that are in these early stages of development for Kingdom Hearts 3. So these are 90% done. I think that is why they have these what's it called? These command tables. They're nice and finished. Now I like the way that they look. Let me see if I can find the other ones. Like, so that one's, so it's blue when it's, you know, when you're not fighting, and then it turns red when it is. And you can see the actual knights there, the clouds. I really think I like the detail of the columns. Like, they put it in depth. So, and then here's Miracle Rod. That's the Keyblade transformation for Tangled, as we found out. We'll go into that in a little bit when we go to the full trailer. And you actually see right here that he is fighting nobodies right there. There's nobody there. That's Marluxia's nobody. And then that is a regular one, a Dusk. I almost forgot what it was called. But it looks really nice. So it expands around Sora. Almost missed it. So every Keyblade will like expand in some way, and then it'll transform into whatever it's supposed to transform into. So you see how the effects just go around the Keyblade? That's something that I'm really excited for in this game. Like, not only is the size of the game going to be extreme, but also there are going to be so much smaller aspects in this game, like the effects and the particles in this game that are going to really I think are going to be really eye-popping, basically eye candy, that is just going to make this game even better than what you would think. I don't know how to explain it. It's just going to be a great game overall, in my opinion. See how like the flowers in the background are glowing, like small little aspects. There's grass everywhere. This game is just so much more detailed. So basically the hilt disappeared and turns into a staff. Interesting. And that's the Kingdom of Corona logo. I really like that. Hold on, have I seen any fighting yet? Was that in here? Not yet, because I want to see what the effects that the Keyblade for Kingdom of Corona make. I bet it's little suns that come out when you hit a Heartless. My PS4 Slim is going to combust. It is not going to be that bad, I promise you. Like, I think the PS4 Slim is going to be able to run the game. I mean, that's what they also tested on. You know what I mean? They're going to do their testing. He's going to make sure that this game is going to play nicely. Your PS4 might, you know, run a little bit loud whenever you play this game. The load screens might be a little bit different, but basically what is really going to be different is that, and I don't think the graphics will be so much less good. I guess it's not going to be like any worse than it would be on a PS4 Pro. What's really going to be different is on the PS4 Pro, there's going to be an uncapped frame rate, the same way that it is on 0.2, because it's the same shader. It's the same engine. With that being said, the graphics were the exact same. I don't think they're going to add a something in Kingdom Hearts 3 where you can change between, you know, prioritizing graphics, prioritizing frame rate, or prioritizing resolution. The same way like Monster Hunter does, Monster Hunter World. With that being said, really the only difference that you will notice are, if you have a PS4 Slim or the original PS4, are slower load times, in addition to a lower frame rate. I believe it's going to be at 30. Now on 0.2, if you didn't have a PS4 Pro, I heard that it did lag spike a little bit, so I'm confident that they'll fix that, at least to the best of their abilities. And if not, they'll release patches. I think they're going to respect this game and not like release it without updating it at least every month. You know what I mean? This is something that they haven't really done before. So they're going to have to be really on top of bugs and glitches and putting out patches, especially for the people with the PS4 Slim and original. But really, you're just going to have a longer load time, as well as a lower frame rate, probably around 30. Like, it's probably going to be capped at 30, and probably lag spike a little bit to like 25 or something, while on the PS4 Pro, it's going to have less load time. I don't think the graphics are going to be affected, but there is a small chance that it might be, since it is PS4 4K enabled. Not the game, but you know, the PS4 Pro is. And there's a boost mode on it, so that way, if the game doesn't come with an actual PS4 Pro patch or whatever, that way it'll be boosted regardless, and it'll have an uncapped frame rate. And on 0.2, it didn't hit 60, but it was relatively smooth. I believe it would go anywhere between like I thought it was like 45 to like 55. It won't hit 60. It won't really go anywhere near there unless you're looking into the sky, but it is a lot smoother than 30 frames, so it does still look smooth. Yeah, exactly. I have the PS4 Pro, and I played 0.2, and it was smooth. It was amazing. And I heard that people were having issues, and I was just like, I'm not having issues. I can't say I'm having issues, you know what I mean? But regardless, it would still be a game that is enjoyable, regardless of system. Now, Xbox, I can't even speak on Xbox. If it's for the okay, so Xbox One X is out. It's definitely going to be Xbox One Enhanced, most likely. And if that is the case, like, I do wonder at that point if the PS4 Pro will also have the capability of prioritizing different aspects on Kingdom Hearts 3, like having frame rate, graphics, or resolution prioritized. That way, if you want to, you can play Kingdom Hearts 3 in 4K. Because if Kingdom Hearts 3 is Xbox One X compatible or enabled, then I would think that it would either have a higher frame rate like PS4 Pro, or it will have a much higher resolution. It really depends. They haven't said anything about Kingdom Hearts 3 being 4K at all, and usually they wouldn't say anything like that. 0.2 and back cover, I don't think they were 4K enabled. They only worked with boost mode, and I don't even think that really did much, to be honest. So I do want to talk about this real quick, since it is something that is now here. They showed a little bit more in the Oath trailer of Sora actually fighting this rock titan in the Hercules world. So let me go here. This is one of the things, this is one of the panels that I believe have a frame change, or a frame change, just updated graphics, you know, updated textures or whatever. Like, they tried to update the character model on this. So this is the one from the trailer, and I want to go to this one. Okay, here. I can see if there's a different lighting. Like, you see how in the background it's a lot darker, but it could be because of the lighting, and I see that. But if you guys notice, it looks like in this one, and this was from the first trailer before they actually had the command table finalized and everything, the Heartless was just a lot more saturated. It was a lot more blue. When in this new one, it's not as blue and it's not as saturated, I would say. But Sora is about the same, but at the same time, in this trailer, Sora is actually in his red clothing. And in this one, it's back to his original clothes. But that is just one graphical change that I noticed. One of them. We have a few more. Mainly Xehanort and Mansex and Xehanort. Young Xehanort. Let's go back to the Oath trailer. So we got a little bit of Boo in this trailer, and it was confirmed that... What is going on? Go back here. There you go. Wait. Oh, there you go. Well, I guess I can talk about that one now. But let's go back a little bit. I thought I saw something else. Oh, nope, that is it. Alright, so that's that. And then there's another graphical difference that I wanted to talk about, and that's young Xehanort rather. So if you look at him here, so that's him. That's him being updated. I think this is it. Alright, cool. Let's go down here. And then this is the old one. So if you look closely, and it is very obvious. So I feel like they put a little bit more, they put a lot more saturation, I think, on him. But at the same time, they made his face a little bit darker, a lot more tan. One thing that I don't like now, well, this is not what I don't like. Look at his hair. It looks just as detailed, but they just put a lot more blue streaks in there, I guess you could say, or more silver, just to empathize how his hair being silver maybe, and not exactly white, even though I thought it was white. Like, I like it here. If there was just a little bit less silver streaks, then I would like this a little bit more. Now, the only other thing that I don't like, his lips got a lot more toned. Like, his face overall got better to me. But the only thing I don't like is, in this trailer, his eyes looked real. Like, the way that his eyes look in this picture, it looks like they don't look generic. One way that I can explain that better is actually in the old Xemnas photo. To me, if you looked at this picture of Xemnas, his eyes looked like they were contacts, and it was the exact same way in the new Xemnas, or Xehanort rather. Like, it looks a lot more, I guess, fake or noticeable that the eyes go from orange to yellow into the middle, from orange to the outside, yellow into the middle, while in this one it looks a lot more real. Like, it, if you guys see closely, I don't know, that's what I felt like. I like the eyes in the previous trailer. This one just looks a lot more yellow, but it's kind of hard to say because I'm not playing the game, of course. But no, I do like the new one. Don't get me wrong. I think that the new Xemnas, Xehanort, goddammit, is really fresh looking. It looks a lot more toned. I feel like the coat in the previous one looked a little bit more detailed, but it's just because this one has a lot more lighting now. If you look at the coat, there's a lot more lighting detailed here. Looks really good. Give me one moment, guys. I will be right back. All right, I got hungry, so I'm about to crush this sandwich off the camera, but I'm still gonna be talking. Wait, there you go. I saw some new comments though. His pupils pop out more. That's a good way of putting it. Now I have to stare at young X. My bad. More snake-like. That's another way of putting it. So that's playing right now. Good song. Let's go back. Let's go back to where we was at. So yeah, so I definitely think that young Xehanort looks different. Nothing bad, but there were just nitpicks that were a little bit weird to me. But he does look a lot better, a lot more toned. Pretty sure he just said he was Buzz Lightyear, probably. Oh yeah, we got Boo here. So, first of all, Goofy is the ugliest mans you will ever find on the internet. I don't think they will get his eyes right. Hopefully they do. The eyes there, I think, are one of the most important parts in Kingdom Hearts. To me. So, yeah. I wonder what's going on here. Only because when Donald tried to pull up, Boo got scared of him, even though she was just calling him Mike Wazowski. Maybe he was saying some dumb shit, like he usually does, in honesty. I really like the way that Sully looks. Almost forgot his name. He does look pretty realistic. I know that there was probably a lot of different hair follicles that they had to put on him that would made him a lot more difficult as a render character. I feel like the way that Sully would move around, like when he's just, you know, docile, I guess you could say. I think they real nailed it off. Like he acts the same way he does in the movie. In the movies. It might be something behind Donald. Maybe. It just looks like once Donald pulled up, she was like, get away from me. And then this is right after... I know for a fact that this is right after Vanitas came up to Sora and tried to, you know, touch him or whatever. He reached for him. I think I know for a fact that this happened right after that. This happens after that. Now, I tried to look in the previous trailer for Maleficent and see if there's any sort of graphical changes. Just because I know that a lot of people thought that she looked a little bit plain. She looked pretty plain in the face, and I tried to look at the previous trailer, and I don't think anything changed from her. I don't think there's anything different. What's going on, Dustin? I remember when these guys got shown, though. They got really nice. And then finally with Xemnas's change. Because a lot of people are kind of split with how Xemnas looks now. Personally, he looks 10 times better. I don't know. I'm going to try and explain it the best way I can. But the way that he looked in here, he looked way too orange. Like, way too orange. It looked way too saturated. The shadows didn't look nice. And in addition to that, he looked extremely plastic to me. To me, he looked really plastic. His eyes didn't look right to me. It was weird. I didn't like the way that Xemnas looked in this trailer. Then you move it here. His hair is a lot more silver. It's a lot more streak-like, the way that it was in Kingdom Hearts 2. His hair, he's a little bit darker. But I feel like that is only because they got the shading right, finally. Or the shadows. He only looks darker because of those shadows, but I don't think that that is a bad color. I think that's perfect, because he was tan. Maybe not as tan as Ansem, but he was definitely dark. And I think they definitely fixed up his eyes, the way that his eyes looked. Even though I don't know, they look the same. But, wow, hold on. They look the same. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe it's because of the way that he looked. His eyes also looked weird because they matched the color of his face. That's what was going on. Like, his eyes matched the color of his face. So now with this, it just looks a lot better. The eyes got darker, though. What do you guys think about this guy? I gotta drive back home. Yeah, I'll probably be back. I'll probably be on for the next hour and a half, maybe more. I'm doing alright. You know, I'm enjoying this stream. What's playing right now? Because I don't have my headphones. One of my favorite things. You're whack. He might be too dark. Nah, I don't think so. I think it's just the I think it's them getting the shadows right and his color right. I just think he's too bright here. Like I said, it's all about the lighting. So if they fix it up to where he's in a place where there's not like so much sunset, you know, that's what they're trying to fix up here. You have to forgive me. Whenever there's a slight pause, I'm just eating a quick sandwich. One bite at a time. But yeah, overall, I think that Xemnas looks better. Overall, it is different because I know that it has to do with the shading or the shadows, just because in this one, there is a whole tree behind him, and now it's gone. The shadows are a lot darker too. You see that? The color for everything got changed up a little bit, and there's better shadows. They're darker. trying to see if there are any other differences that I notice. There's not really much. See, yeah, like they changed the colors. They updated the colors overall. Like even the leaves are greener. Everything in this picture was way too orange. They had to change it up. That's what's going on here. But that's basically that. I don't think there's really much of anything else as far as like comparing, you know, graphical changes of updated changes to character models and stuff beyond this trailer. A Xehanort's theme. I see what you're saying. Well, never mind. No. That should be how the way it works, I guess. Wait. Yeah, I can see why the chat would be a little bit late, but at the same time, I do catch it every time. Like, the stream is always 30 seconds late, regardless. So again, this is them all confronting Vanitas, the overpowered character that he is. We're about to get into some gameplay soon. But I like the way that these worlds look. So, okay. This is something that I will just talk about now. I think that... Here, I can put on my camera back. Okay, let me do that. Alright, I'm back. I think that this world, the same way that Toy Story world is. Oh, okay, Christian. See you later. I didn't see that. But the Monsters Inc. world, I strongly believe that it is taking place after the first Monsters Inc. movie. Now, it would make sense. So this is just confirmation, I guess, in Monsters Inc. itself that time flows the same way beyond the doors. And after the whole incident that happened in the climax of Monsters Inc., and they also destroyed Boo's door, and then they transferred screaming into laughing. I'm thinking that or rather, so when they updated everything and it was all about laughing and comedy instead of actual screaming, instead being monsters and all, weren't they kind of partying at the end? I don't remember. Excuse me. I haven't played the game in a while. I haven't watched the movie in a while. But at the end, I'm pretty sure everyone was just partying and having a good time, because instead of screaming, or making people scream, they're making them laugh, and you know, that makes them feel good about themselves even better, I guess. I don't know. It just became a much better atmosphere. And I believe they were partying in this area where they're at right now on the screen, you know, having a good time and everything like that. So that being said, that was the same time that Mike Wazowski was able to recreate or put back together Boo's door. So if time does not flow, or no, if time flows the exact same way that that it does in Beyond the Door. So if Beyond the Door and in their world, time flows the same way, and I guess that's what's going on here. So Boo is young. They open the door. This game takes place after the whole incident with the main events in Monsters Inc. This takes place right after that, most likely, maybe. And Boo is the same age. She's wearing the same clothes. They got her out of the door, and they hang out all the time now, I guess, and she's a part of the team, or at least she's chilling with Sully when they are with Sora and the gang. So I think that's what's going on, because it is also shown in a later part in the trailer, and I'll just go to that right now real quick. Let me see if I can find it. When you're actually using some sort of link ability with Boo. Where is it? Right here. Oh, I missed it. Laugh power. So the way that it says laugh power at the top left right there, that also I feel like is an indication that it is not all about the screaming inside the actual game itself, I guess you could say. In this world, there's nothing else that really indicates that, you know, where this world, what time this world takes place in, especially with all that stuff with Disney and them controlling a lot of stuff or having a lot of say in a lot of stuff. I think that this world takes place after the main events of Monsters Inc., the movie, and the time flows the exact same way. Boo's not any older. She solely opens the door and takes her from her world. Not takes her, but, you know, kind of like in a fantasy world, Boo escapes and goes into this other world while she's a child, and, you know, they just do shenanigans and shit like that. And that's when Sora comes in, when everything is not about screaming, but it is actually about laughing. And I think that is actually what possibly will have Vanitas come into play, because he will be trying to fester off the screaming, the fears of people, that negativity of feelings. You know what I mean? And that's how I think he will also be able to manipulate things in that world. But what was I getting ready to say? Lost my train of thought a little bit. Oh, I didn't read that last comment. Although it is hard to say. Wait, hold on. Because at the point in the movie where they're at the door warehouse, they were already aware of laughter being able to power them. Because I don't remember the movie, so I'm trying to remember exactly what you're talking about. See, that's what I'm saying. So I'm glad y'all can understand. And I feel like that's gonna be, I feel like that is going to be the case for every Pixar movie. We can't even say for sure what is going to happen, what's going to take place in the Tangled world. You know, Flynn Rider is there. No, wait a second. No. Now that is one thing. So let me think about this real quick. Big Hero 6. Okay, no, Big Hero 6 is taking place after the main event of the first film, and you are facing basically a Baymax that is of darkness, that I believe it was created in that wormhole that they went through, and then Heartless got to it. But Tangled, I feel like Tangled, it has to take place during the main events of the movie. And it'll have some sort of twist on it the way that it did in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1. With their Disney worlds, I mean. And they go through the main events of their movies, of the Disney films. I only say that because in Flynn Rider's there, so Flynn Rider doesn't meet up with Rapunzel until the events of Tangled. And then Rapunzel's hair is still long. At the end of the end events of the movie, her hair gets cut, and I don't think it ever grows back. I don't think it's ever powerful anymore the way that it was in the original events of the movie. So I feel like, and also the only cutscene that we have ever gotten of Tangled is when Sora is walking to the tower where Rapunzel resides. That being said, I think that it is a definite that Tangled has to take place during the main events of the movie. They're going to implement their own story to some extent, but I feel like it is going to be the same thing, hopefully. I wonder if the horse is going to be in there. I forget what, Max, I think his name was Max. Maximus. I see where you're coming from, but Nani? But yeah, so that's what I also think about the Tangled world. I think it just looks like it makes a lot more sense if it takes place during the main events of that movie. I went ahead and switched over to the English version. Just passing by this stuff. I have sisters who watch the animated series for Tangled. They told me that her hair grew back. I didn't know, because I mean the shorts are canon. There's nothing ever said that any short in for any Disney movie is not canon. I would think that it is. So if there are little clips of Tangled that happen after the main events of the movie itself, and her hair has grown back, and especially if it like says, "Oh, my hair grew back," then that could definitely make sense then, where it could still take place after the movie and there's just a whole new adventure. I'm not against that whatsoever. I think I would like it, if anything, better to make their own story, but I do like the classic their classic way of doing the Disney worlds, where it is the main events of the movie, but they add their own twist to it, with Heartless and the Nobodies and stuff like that. I will miss that if they don't do that a lot in these games, because it looks like it has to do a lot with Pixar movies in general not taking place in their original movie timeline, and it has to be outside and a different story. And it looks like a lot of the worlds are Pixar based, is what I'm trying to say. So some of the worlds take place after the movie and others take place during it. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not quite sure. I think that Tangled is a high chance of having it go through the main movie events, but at the same time, it might not be the case, just because it seems like for at least two of the worlds, it looks like that they don't want their Pixar worlds to go through the main events of the movie. If it's Pixar World specifically. I think it is. I thought I read that somewhere. If not Disney Worlds altogether. Hopefully not. Looking forward to see the storyline trailer. I thought this was a pretty good story trailer. More or less. They added a lot of Monsters Inc. And they showed more Lucia. They showed Vanitas. My man's Vanitas right here. I'm about to talk about him. So we're just going through this. Hello, Potter. Here's that final part. So that's one other thing that I first want to say real quick. Everywhere that you see Sora, he's a little bit updated too. This Sora looks a lot better than the previous one. I don't have a screenshot, but well, let's see. Give me a second. I might be able to do this. And then, is it this trailer? No. This trailer? Wait. Oh, that's the excerpt trailer. I think it's at the end of this trailer. No, wait, no, that's the other trailer. This trailer. Okay. I got it. I'm gonna get a screenshot. What the freak? Oh, I'm late. Alright, so that's a good one. Alright, so let's look at the difference. So, like I said, they made the colors a lot better. Look at this. Everything is just orange. Everything is orange in here. If you can look at that a lot better. Shit, let me do something for myself. Hold on, let's get into this in just a second. Let me read your comments. So far, only Disney storyline trailers instead of what's happening with the last Keyblade War and Finding Ven. You are right. So yeah, no, you're right. Like main storyline stuff, they haven't really shown anything. They only show some people here and there that are going to show up in certain Disney worlds that they have revealed, but there hasn't been any real story trailer other than this one right here. They only hint at stuff. That's all they do. They don't give you a full trailer. They don't want to spoil anything. Kingdom Hearts, god damn it, Kingdom Hearts, man. They don't want to give us anything. I feel like they'll retreat the movie. What does that mean? But seeing as how every other world seems to have an original story, there's a chance that Tangled might be original as well. I hope that is the case, though. I hope that some worlds have the original world in them, or the original story. We know so far that Riku and Mickey are looking for Aqua, so it's a big hype. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So they didn't. This is the first time that they showed anything of Riku and Mickey in the Realm of Darkness. They blew us away with that shit. I'll get to them in just a second to continue that trailer. But let's look at this last comparison. So first of all, they changed Goofy's stance. That's one thing. The only thing that I do like about this one, in this one where everything is a lot more orange, everything was also a lot more detailed. Everything looks a lot sharper. You know, Goofy looks sharper. It might just because of the way that this trailer is made or rendered, edited, whatever. But here, Sora's hair looks a lot more detailed. Goofy doesn't look kind of blurred around the edges. Everything looks a lot more detailed, but everything looks a lot more orange. Everything just looks really sunset orange. While in here, they changed it up a little bit. They made it have a lot more color in the grass. Goofy's stance changed, but at the same time, he doesn't look as sharp if you look close enough. Like, in this picture, it's a lot more crisp. This one, it's a little bit more blurry. And it's the same for Sora. Sora looks a lot better to me. Like, in here, he looks a little bit too detailed. I don't know. He looks good. That's one thing. He looks good, but here he just looks a little better. But he doesn't look as detailed. Everything looks blurred. So I think it might have to do with the way that they may have created this trailer. You know what I mean? Edited it, rendered it. Donald looks a little bit better in the colors as well. He looks a lot more white. See, everything is just orange. Everything is just a lot more orange. They're changing up the background of the world too. There's more bushes, more trees. Yeah, I just don't know why this one looked better but worse at the same time. Yeah, at the same time, I'm like, me and my friend, we talk about how what's it called? How trailers spoil things for the player, and I can see where he's coming from. I wouldn't want too much I wouldn't want too much spoiled for me for Kingdom Hearts 3. Obviously, who would? Everyone should want to experience this game. Almost, not even almost. They should want to experience everything in this game when it comes at them. I just do appreciate, just because there's not a lack of content, but we have been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for so long, and they always take care of this. You know what I mean? I think that in the end, they always take care of the trailers very well without spoiling too much of anything. But I do appreciate having trailers here and there that have like the smallest, subtlest hint of something that will be going on in Kingdom Hearts. Like, they don't even give you direct details. Like, you see how in the beginning of this part, for when they finally showed off Riku, and how Riku had a broken Keyblade, they showed Riku and Mickey in the Realm of Darkness with their new clothes, at the same place where Riku was taken, and Sora, after the fight with Xemnas, as well as where Aqua meets Diz. And this whole part right here, this whole beginning part, until he actually talks and throws down his Keyblade, he was talking the whole time. You know what I mean? So they're having a full-blown conversation right now, and they don't even let us hear what they're saying until this moment right here. And he states how he can't use his Keyblade. Obviously, it's broken. And then he's gonna leave it here. And then they give us one tiny little subtle hint that everyone has been fucking talking about, in case the other me needs it. So everyone in the comments right now, I haven't even checked to see how many people are watching. Hopefully it's still a good amount. I want everyone to put in the comment section what they think this means. Do they think it's the replica Riku? Repla Riku, I guess is people what it's calling him. From Chain of Memories. I think that it could be a high chance that it is that Riku that was shown in Dream Drop Distance. Do you think it is Riku, Dark Riku, a part of the organization, time traveling, which I wouldn't really understand what that means. Why would he be in the realm of darkness? What do you mean this means when he says, in case the other me needs it? Because I feel like that could also mean Terra, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, yo, I would love for that to happen. If Sora were to go... Wait a second, that makes sense. What the fuck? Hold on, bro. So... Whoa, hold on, bro. What if Marluxia tries to help Sora? Because he said that he was a part of the true organization. What if he's not a part of the Xehanort 13 Seekers of Darkness Organization 13? What if he's a part of his own organization? I guess I'll have to just wait and see about that, because I'm theory crafting right now. But what if... Oh my god, you lit a spark in my head, though, that made me realize that he is going to get his memories back. I forgot completely that, first of all, Marluxia came... I guess he... his character originated from the Castle Oblivion, which is where Ventus is sleeping, and... Oh, shit. And sleeping, and that is where I feel like Sora will definitely have to go awaken Ventus, unless it is something that he doesn't need to be there in his presence. That would make it... I wouldn't like that too much. So damn, so Sora is going to go back to Castle Oblivion, possibly with the help of Marluxia, maybe, if he ends up not being so much of a good guy, but he's doing his own thing. He's always been doing his own thing. That was always his character. And he goes back to Castle Oblivion with Marluxia. I feel like that's going to be a thing regardless. Marluxia is going to be in that presence, in his presence. And Sora's going to get his memories back from at least when he was in Chain of Memories. Damn. And then Ventus is probably going to wake up. I wonder if... my god. God damn it. With Sora being there, regaining his memories, and then, like, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening all at once in this one moment. He's going to be going to Chain of Memory, Castle Oblivion, getting all of his memories back, awakening Ventus. In addition to that, if he awakens Ventus, I feel like something is going to be triggered that has to do with Roxas. Maybe, but I feel like something might be triggered because of Roxas, or for Roxas, because of Xion. Because Xion was also originated in Castle Oblivion. So at the same time of him regaining his memories of his time in the Castle Oblivion, he will also be regaining memories of his own puppet, Xion, of her memories in there, and he'll remember who she... Like, oh shit, man. I don't know. That might happen, but there was a fuse that just got lit up in my dome. I heard that it could be Replica Riku, a nobody of Riku, or maybe KH1 Riku. So yeah, possibly Kingdom Hearts 1 Riku time traveling, or something that has to do with some sort of time warp in the realm of darkness, because time doesn't flow. I don't know how that would even work exactly. A nobody of Riku, that wouldn't make sense. He has never turned into a Heartless. And Replica Riku, the only reason why I think Replica Riku could be a thing is because even though he was destroyed, he was just a puppet in the image of Riku. That being said, I feel like if he died, he may have just, like, the way that he died, I don't know if he got dematerialized or if he, like, slowly went into darkness, because if that's the case, he might have just not so much as died, but may have got consumed by the realm of darkness, by the darkness itself, and that's where he is, in the realm of darkness. That could be a thing, I feel like. Luxu is somehow related to Marluxia. Lux is the light in Latin. Both deal with light rather than darkness. Wait. But we have no proof that Luxu deals with the light, technically speaking. But that is a good theory. Lee, correction, being the 8th Keyblade, your grammar, oh gosh, and being the 8th organization once, Terra get his heart back, I believe, and hope that Mickey gives the Keyblade of Darkness to Riku because he has now mastered the power of darkness. He got it. He's not Lord of Xehanort. I'm sorry, I did not understand any of that. Now, I see what you're saying with Marluxia not being a part of the 13 Secrets of Darkness because of his eyes not being yellow. But that doesn't mean he can't be a Seeker of Darkness. Like I said, he was a character that has always done his own thing when he was in the Kingdom Hearts games, which was basically only one, maybe two technically, 358. And what's it called? I feel like it makes a lot more sense that he might not be a part of the Seeker of Darkness Organization 13, to be specific. I've heard from other people's opinion blogs on stuff that... See, now that's what I thought, Luna. Or Lunar Star. I'm gonna say Luna. That's what I said in my reaction. I was thinking that when he says, in case the other me needs it, I definitely thought that he meant something a little bit more symbolic of, like, you know, his past self that was consumed by the darkness, the Riku that we all knew and began to love, but we saw him evolve, you know, throughout the Kingdom Hearts games after Kingdom Hearts 2 and during the events of Kingdom Hearts 2. But at the same time, he was still dealing with his darkness until the events after Dream Drop Distance. After Dream Drop Distance, he became a master, and with that mastery, like I said, I believe he was probably the first one to ever master, or at least one of the people who could master equal share power of light and darkness. So I think that's what he means, like he's not allowing darkness to affect him anymore. So when he says, in case the other me needs it, and that has been the Keyblade that he has used throughout his time in darkness, I guess you could say, he's leaving it behind for his old self, his other self. Okay, so let's continue before we go too deep into one thing. But damn, let's one more thing that I almost missed about Riku. So of course his clothes have changed. I like the way his clothes honestly. They look pretty good. It looks like everyone's character is going to have some sort of plaid print on them. I guess that's kind of the new thing for all of these Kingdom Hearts 3 main characters. I'm really excited to see how Kairi's new you know, outfit will look. We still have not seen one fucking ounce of Kairi beyond 0.2, and it upsets me, and I want to see her. I feel like she will be shown in the next trailer. I hope, because I mean, you know, basically up until this point, the only person who was really shown was Sora. You know, in either trailer or possibly a cutscene or two. And then we finally get something of Riku at this point. I feel like in the next trailer, possibly the trailer that shows that release date, will be the one that shows Kairi off. It's Kairi and Sora, hopefully. That would be amazing. Diz has the same eyes as Xehanort, so he might be a part of the 13 Seekers of Darkness. That could be a thing. I can definitely see why that would be a thing. Actually, no. I'm going to be straight. He does not have the same eyes as Xehanort. Everyone who is a Xehanort has yellow eyes. They have to be yellow, for pure darkness. The only reason why, I believe Syax and Xemnas have different colored eyes. Xemnas because he is technically half of Terra, so I believe there's like a lighter tone in his eyes that make them a little bit more of a brighter orange. And then who did I say? Syax, his eyes go from like an orange to yellow, but there is still yellow in them. When it comes to Diz, he does not have yellow eyes. They're like a dark orange, and they've always been dark orange. So I don't think that Diz is a part of the 13 Seekers of Darkness, or has a dark will, is what I'm calling it. Plus, he hated the organization. Why would he want to join them? Now we see that the Keyblade is broken. That is the first time that we could ever see that. The only other time that we have seen a Keyblade break is the Keyblade itself being broken by Aqua. And someone recently told me that, what's it called? One of the only other times that the Keyblade broke was in the trailer for Birth by Sleep, the original one after Kingdom Hearts 2, the secret movie. But it was only in the trailer, in that rendering movie or whatever, I guess, the rendered movie. As opposed to inside the actual game, his Keyblade doesn't break, but in that trailer for Birth by Sleep, Ventus's Keyblade breaks on the mountain. That's another example of the Keyblade breaking, but in general, we have never seen a Keyblade break in the Kingdom Hearts series. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is not a thing other than the Keyblade. So with this is the first time that we have seen a Keyblade being broken. That being said, I wonder if this Keyblade went berserk just like it did on the Keyblade. But also, you know, what the fuck happened for this Keyblade to break like this? Was there a fight? Was there some sort of pressure? Was it this possible change to Riku becoming a master and overpowering the darkness, consuming it and returning it to light, broke his Keyblade, and because it was a Keyblade of darkness, and because of that he needed to forge a new one? Not quite sure. And then we can see the realm of darkness in the background. And we see that Riku, this man's right here, right here, my man's, looks just like Sasuke. You heard it here first. Sasuke is the father. You know what I'm saying? He's the father. And then we have Noctis. He is the son. So we have the Father, we have the Son, and we have the Holy Spirit. We have all three here, ready to take over. Sasuke, Noctis, Riku. All different versions of one person. And I did see that too. Digital Sora got his Keyblade broken, but that was in the Datascape. So I think that you're right. No, there's different laws. That's why I didn't bring it up. That wasn't a real Keyblade in a sense whatsoever. She was able to break that because it was fake. She doesn't have the power to break a Keyblade, I don't think. Let's continue. But yeah, so we see Noctis 2.0. Sasuke with white hair. I wonder if that's a moon. I think it is a moon. And we see that the graphics are honestly just amazing. The only thing that I don't like about this, I'm going to change the song. I don't like this one that much. Ooh, Revenge of Chaos. The only thing I don't like about this right here is the detail of the Keyblade. In the previous games, they made it out to seem that this Keyblade, like this part right here with the wing looks like legit metal. Like it was completely metal and it was carved out in detail. That's how I can describe it. In the previous games, it looked like a real wing and it was white, not silver. That's the only thing that I don't like, because it seems like that's something that they changed of how the Keyblade used to look when it looked perfectly fine the old way. And then the way that they did it in this game, it just doesn't look the same that it once did. To me, if I remember the games correctly, the wing looked like a real white wing. Here it looks like it is like a metal carving on the Keyblade. That's one of the only things I don't really like about that. But then it looks kind of good here. I don't know. So that's that. Kingdom Hearts 3. And now I think we can finally go into the main trailer. So we have the English version first. Really the only reason why I have both here is so that what is it called? Excuse me. So that I can look at the different gameplay. So yeah, we see here that Marluxia has blue eyes. And first of all, Marluxia is back, and he also calls himself Marluxia. That's just an interesting thing, because we have now finally been revealed. What's going on, Mr. Odd? I basically just got into the main trailer. But I did just finish up the Don't Think Twice trailer, and I also went over any new Famitsu news or interviews that happened after this trailer came out. There's not many translations, and I don't know if all the information has been released, but I basically went over all the better points. And anything that has been that was in the Oath trailer, I just went over basically. It's an in-depth analysis with the community, even though the community is not here. I'm just kidding. Everyone share this video on their Facebook. Go to their Instagrams, go to their Twitters, and just say that, hey, this dude here, he's doing something that no one ever does. No one has ever done. Come through and analyze with this dude. Freak, I'm sick though. What do I think that he means by the other him? Personally, I think that he what happened to the music? Did I finish? That's not possible. Ah, the Realm of Darkness. Good one. Put the volume up a little bit. But when he says the other me, I personally think that he means like his old self, the self of him that always lingered on himself, I guess you could say, in darkness. He resided in darkness. He relied on darkness rather than light and his friends. I think that's what he means by the other me. I don't think there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else that could mean, personally. The replica Riku, you know, I don't I don't think he exists, but I see how he can exist in the realm of darkness. But I don't think he exists anymore. I thought he got destroyed. I think it is a high possibility that it is actually a new Dark Riku that was shown in Dream Drop Distance when he was in Pinocchio's world, in Monstro's stomach, and he saw himself. But I'm pretty sure that was him from Kingdom Hearts 1. But at the same time, it can't be him from Kingdom Hearts 1 because he has an organization cloak, which he did not have until after the event of Chain of Memories. So that's why I think that that could be a new Riku, his dark self, that might reside in the realm of darkness, or something of that sort. Or the last thing is that it's slightly possible that there is a Xehanort Riku time traveling. But why would he want to leave him a broken Keyblade? You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. Why would he want to leave the Keyblade for anyone? A broken Keyblade? That doesn't make sense. That's why I think that he would, he's talking about his old self. Oh yeah, I've been noticed. If you actually notice even closer, Riku isn't the only one. I believe at this moment there are a total of either 7 or 13 Keyblades that have that eye on it. I'm pretty sure it's 13 just for the better symbolism. There are 13 Keyblades, or either 13 Keyblades or a total of 13 eyes in some Keyblades that have those eyes. I think it is 13 Keyblades. I'm just not quite sure, and I'm really not trying to go out, and I'll go out of my way and look. But there are 7 Keyblades or 13 Keyblades or 13 eyes inside Keyblades that have the same eye, that look, the gazing eye, that look into the future. So it's just really interesting. It's especially more interesting if you look at the Keyblades and which character is wielding them or obtains them. Like the one that that Terra obtains in the Mirage Arena, one of them has an eye, and it's just interesting that he gets a Keyblade with an eye. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jellybean? There has not been any story updates for Union Cross in a long time, and it pisses me off. Alright, let's continue though. Yeah, all of those are really good games. Every single Kingdom Hearts game is a good game. But, on a better note, we got Marluxia. He's not Larium, technically. He calls himself Marluxia. He has his organization cloak. This is the only thing that really confuses me, just because, you know, why, how does Marluxia come back when we saw that he died? What's it called? Sorry. Damn it, I lost my train of thought. How can he come back if he is not a Xehanort? I don't think he has to be a Xehanort, but how can he come back if he's not his real person and he's not time traveling? And I'm a little bit confused because I had at first thought that it is only Xehanorts that time travel, because he's been able to place himself in so many different locations, allowing himself to time travel to that moment. Or there are different versions of him in different places. So I'm wondering how Marluxia was able to come into play if he is not his real person and if he is not time traveling. And how is he able to time travel if he is time traveling? Because God fucking damn it. This is crazy. The only organization, and I'm Marluxia Servant. There's a new theory out there, that the only organization that he is talking about is actually the organization from Union Cross, of the new 5 foretellers, or Union leaders rather. He was a part of them. He was a Union leader, which is really interesting now to look at it. And so is Ventus, and he is in the current times now. So he was there. This person has been there since the very beginning of Kingdom Hearts, which is amazing. The reason, I see what you're trying to say, but I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't. That one doesn't have anything to do with colors. I think the reason why his eyes are so green here are because of how green his surroundings are. I think this game is gonna really have. Shit, man. You know what? I don't even fucking know, because I was gonna say that the lighting in this game is so good that his eyes turn green because of how much green is around him. But at the same time, if that is the case, then why doesn't his eyes have a lot of blue in them? You know what I mean? I was about to mention that his eyes are green. I was thinking that it could be perhaps a side effect from Xehanort. I don't think that would be the case. His eyes are actually blue, just to let you know. Yeah, I do think that everyone in I do think that everyone that is a Xehanort and a part of the Seekers of Darkness will have orange eyes or yellow eyes. So Marluxia being here without yellow eyes, it's definitely something that, you know, makes people think. It's like, what's going on? Huh. Okay, so let's continue. Am I continuing? I'm not quite sure. Let me change the music. This Marluxia could be a replica. That wouldn't be that bad of an idea. Especially if Evan is involved in that. That would be really interesting. We mustn't forget that Tetsuya Nomura said at one point, I think, that every organization member in the past that hasn't really had or rather everyone in the past games are going to have some sort of climax. So all the original organization members that weren't Xehanorts are also going to return in some way in this game. So that's not a bad idea, that this could be a replica. That'd be really interesting, and it'd be even more interesting if Evan or Vexen helped him out at some point with that replica. Yeah, I think that Larxene will definitely make a return as well. Goofy's ready for battle. But yeah, I do see what you guys mean about the green in his eyes, but I think it, even though it's not on Marluxia's eyes, I think that it is the lighting. Like, you see how there's green here as well? Like, even though this is all supposed to be black, there's a hint of green everywhere because of how green it is around him. So I think that is the reflection in his eyes. Like, see, there's green behind his head, green here, green here. I think it's just a reflection of light from the plants around them. A shame. So that's another thing. He says, it's a shame that you have no memory of me, because I remember you exceedingly well. Him saying it's a shame that you have no memory of me makes me feel like he might be trying to get Sora's memories back of Chain of Memories, the events of Chain of Memories. Give me one more second, guys. I'm gonna get some juice. Freaking thirsty as a bitch. Oh, I didn't even see. What's up, Mario? What's going on, guys? Come on, music. Oh, there it is. Let's change it up. Ooh. Favorite. One of my favorite things. Anyways, let's continue on with this stream. This analysis. Where is everyone? I'm only slightly upset because last time I did this we had a lot more viewers. Not many people are coming by to analyze this shit. So it's okay though. I'm still doing it regardless. So as long as people are in the chat, that's what I really care about. Well, let me actually catch up with the chat real quick. Yeah, I can't wait to play this game on my PS4 Pro. That's why I got it. Like, that's why I got it immediately. Like, there was a deal on the Pro, and I was like, this is the only time I'm gonna have a deal on it. It was like Black Ops 3 and the PS4 for $350. So it was like you're getting the game for free and a discount of that game. So I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm getting that right now. Donald's face is perfection. I don't know the source, but I heard allegedly that Nomura said every former organization member would be in the game somehow. Yeah, that's what I just said. Or I said before I left. Every former organization member should be in there somewhere. I saw that somewhere too. It makes sense that Xehanort has brought back every defeated enemy. It looks like the theme is 1 or 2 organization members to face in every world, and then probably the final showdown. You're not wrong. What else did you say? That's not a bad thought process. Basically, he's saying that there's going to be at least 1 organization member in each world residing over it, watching over it, or whatever is going to be the main objective in a sense in Kingdom Hearts 3. We all know what the main objective is. I don't know why the fuck I just said that. But, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be something in there. He needs to get the key of awakening, the key of sleep, shit. I forgot what he was getting. It's in like the main dialogue of this game itself. I forgot. The key of waking. I don't fucking remember. But let's continue. But basically, he said, you know, Vanitas is in Monsters Inc., Twilight Town. Yeah, that would make sense. I can't wait to see Zigbar back. I want to see Zigbar in the Kingdom shader. Oh man, he's gonna look good. I can't wait to see why have they not shown Saya? I feel like in the next trailer in E3 they're gonna show Lee and Isa. If they do that, makes me wonder who we'll get for Big Hero 6 World. Me too. Let's think. So, yeah, so the only other people are Brig, Isa. I don't think Xehanort himself. I think Xehanort himself will go between different worlds, if he is shown at all. I wonder, though. If she returns, do you think she'll return as a nobody or her human form? It's really hard to say now, everyone else came back as a real person. Only the people who are Xehanorts have come back looking like what they look like as a Xehanort. I guess. I don't know. God damn it. It's so confusing now, only because Marluxia called himself Marluxia, and I don't know if he is Larium and he is back as a real person. I hope I hope that Larxene comes back as a human, honestly. I hope that she comes back as a human so that I can see... I just want to see a lot more character development with her. It says my stream ended. Why does it say that? Stream continued. That was a little bit suspect. The Eye of Darkness. Gotta love this one. So you had to get the Pro because you were scared that the game wasn't gonna run. God damn, the struggle. But you got it regardless, so that's a plus. Do you think... Wait. Do you know they will find voice actors for Xehanort in the English version and in Japan? Because I heard that if not... young Xehanort will be the main villain, but I thought it. No. I think that it would be... And I was just thinking this, so I'm glad you brought it up. If they do anything that doesn't allow Xehanort, the main antagonist of the game, to be around as much because of their deaths. It's what I'm trying to say is I hope that they don't lessen the amount of old man Xehanort that we get because of their deaths. Very unfortunate that they had to pass, and it's really weird that it was both Xehanorts that passed within like 6 months time together. I think that was a little bit suspect, just being me, but I would hope that even though because it is the Xehanort saga, and this is the final part in the Xehanort saga, that they have every amount of old man Xehanort that they should have, regardless of there being new voice actors. And I hope that these new voice actors are good. You know what I mean? I'd rather hope that they're good and they have a lot of screen time in case they ever come back. Even though it is the Xehanort saga, basically what I'm saying is that they should hopefully at least try to embrace these new voice actors and have every amount of Xehanort in the game than what he would have had, regardless of these original voice actors' passings. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Could we see a Lee battling himself as Axel? No. Maybe. Possibly. Only because both Lee and Kyrie are training in this hyperbolic time chamber with Merlin, and basically they're training to be Keyblade masters in this like hyperbolic time chamber where time doesn't flow the same in the real world. Shit, there's a lot of comments and I still need to fucking analyze this whole thing. But yes, I think that could be a thing while he's training. No, it's going to be sad that they fight, because I know for a fact they're gonna fight. Oh my gosh, like, oh son, what I hope, and this is over the top, but I hope that you can play as multiple Keyblade wielders in this game, different points in time. You can play as different people, and I want to play as Lee fighting Aiza. Or, of course, if that's not a thing, I do think regardless that there is going to be some sort of conflict between Aiza and Lee. I think that that is impossible. They hinted towards it. They really hinted at it in 358. Kingdom Hearts 2, they didn't really show it, but they showed that there was conflict. And then in Dream Drop Distance, they showed them crossing blades. Technically not by choice, at least with Axel, Lee, but Aiza went for him. He went for him and like tried to go up against him. I think that there's definitely going to be some conflict between them. Yeah, I can barely imagine what Kingdom Hearts would, how is it going to continue. But let's continue. So we got a little bit more Toy Story. Really, all I can take from this new part for Toy Story is that this fucking game looks like a movie. Literally. Look at this. Like, how can you look at this and think that you're not literally in the Toy Story world itself, or feeling like you're literally playing a game that is like straight from, like, I'm saying the same thing, but this game is a movie. That's all I have to say. The graphics are so fucking close with this shader and what they're doing, because they're doing Pixar movies, so it's like they're basically just making the same model in their own shader, and this shader is relatively close to what Pixar can do. And so many freaking Pixar movies, like, what the fuck? It is just crazy. I wonder if there are any movies in this game that aren't originating from a 3D or Pixar movie, Disney movie. Like, with Mulan, for example. With Mulan and Hercules. All these original worlds, a lot of them were animations. They weren't, like, it's hard to explain. Basically, they were 2D animations to me. With Pixar, they're a lot more modeled, like this. They have fingers that you can, like, they're 3D and everything. So I wonder if there are any worlds in this game that do not originate from like a Pixar / 3D Disney movie, to see what it really looks like. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mario, you're right. I actually brought that up in the beginning. Basically, the end of the game is going to be extremely intense. And then we finally... Well, hold on. I want to see if there's anything that I haven't noticed here. There's nothing else. There's screws under Sora's feet. That's something. There's screws all around their body. We also see his wings go out like that. It's kind of cool. But I think that's all. So this is why I think that this is also a small reason why I feel like it takes place after the original event of Monsters Inc. World. It's just because there's construction here. I could have swore after the whole event there was a little bit of construction going on the outside. I could be wrong about that. Like I said, I haven't watched the movie in a while. But they have the good old "we scare because we care." I feel like what they're doing is that there's a raffle there, so that they can change the names. We scare because we care. I don't know what they would make it into. We clown because we don't frown. All right, I'm gonna stop because that was really ugly. So if anything, that could be a reason why it takes place during the movie. We scare because we care. That's still up. Did they ever change that in the original movie? But at the same time, it looks like they're trying to change it, so it could be after the movie. I have seen the stuff for Giant Land. Yes. Like Randall. Not exactly like Randall. Randall was able to what's it called? He just camouflaged. That was his ability. Sora's fur color does seem to change. I don't know if it is a change from because of the screenshots that we got. Before this trailer came out, there were screenshots, and it seems like that leak was real. So if it happens again, we might have a little bit of, we might be able to believe it a little bit more if there's another leak, is what I'm saying, because of it being real. However, in the leak, Sora's hair color was orange, I think, and his hair color was purple. So I think they changed that altogether. But his fur color does change. But that only happens when he turns into a form. So if he turns into Wisdom form, I believe his fur will probably change a bluish color. If he turns into Power form, and I believe the other form is actually called Magic form or something like that. If he turns into Power form, he probably turns red. And then, shit, what was the yellow one called? There was Guard form. If he turned into Guard form, he turns red. And then Power form, he'll probably turn yellow. I'm glad that you guys are on the same page so that I explain it when you guys type it, and I don't even read the comments when I'm explaining shit. Do you think that the climax will be the true Kingdom Hearts this time? Yes, I think that the climax will hopefully most likely be Kingdom Hearts itself, the Unseen Land. Alright, so we see Sora entering the building for Monsters Inc. It looks like everything's closed, it's nighttime. That's one thing. Sully's hair looks really good, I mentioned that earlier. It looks a little bit spiky, but I think it looks good. Sully looked just like how he does in Monsters Inc. And then there's Boo. This looks really weird when you're looking at them talking. So yeah, there's Mike Wazowski right there. I don't even know what the fuck Sora looks like. And then I don't even know what's going on with Goofy's eyes. I want someone to help me right now. Look at his eyes. And then look at his hands. This is just wow. But what are you gonna do? Like, look at Sora. Like, why does Sora have emo hair as a monster? I'm so confused right now. I'm sorry. Just look at, like, I'm gonna look at Donald more than anything during this game, literally. So we see Sora comes up to Boo, introduces himself, and he's friendly. So she's able to just, you know, she's all right with them. She thinks that they're funny as hell. It is a plus that they're not scared of her, though. You know what I mean? They don't know what's going on here. Jesus, Mike Wazowski. I first of all, she is jumping, she's geeking. And then if you look at Mike right now, this is how I feel whenever I see a Kingdom Hearts trailer and they cuck me on something like they did with Riku. This is me. This is me waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3. He's a Japanese monster. He has to look edgy. Fact. Yeah, out of the three, Goofy looks ugly. Sora looks weird. Mickey, what the fuck? If Mickey's in here, Jesus Christ. Donald looks weird. Ugh. You think it takes place between? So like in the middle? But let's continue. My name is Sully. This is Mike Wazowski. It's really good to see this part because it's at the same time, even though Sora looks completely different, it's like we see Sora's friendly side again. We haven't seen it in such a long time. He seems a little bit more mature. I can't say that for sure just yet. I wonder how. Oh my god, I can't talk. I wonder how mature he does get though. If he does, I heard that he does, and I hope he does. That would make a lot more sense. So, like I said, for one, the command menus are back. They're already back. Or not even back. They have been created. Some of them have been created. Like I said, this is for the... Oh! What the freak? I just noticed that it was that snake from the beginning of the movie, the intro. Oh, that is interesting. And then they have the canisters for screams or laughs. Doors, but the snake, I didn't even... I didn't even notice that the snake was there. And then if you look at the bottom here, they also have the updated pictures for Sora, Riku. Why did I say Riku? Sora, Donald, and Goofy. In their monster forms. Sora has some extremely emo hair right now. That was my bad if I just breathed in the mic. But, so we see them running, and they actually jump from this really high building. So it's like, I wonder where they came from to be this high. And then they're able to fall down here. That also makes me wonder if you were able to fall down anywhere. Let me see if I can see anything. Because you falling like that is how you fall at any point in time if you're falling down. But what I'm trying to see is if there is like any indication that I don't need to go into this part right here that he falls into right here, because it looks like alright, so it looks like you're going in from the top of the building, and you see how there's construction everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. You're falling, but you end up going into this building. It looks like I don't know. It doesn't look like that's the place you're going into. And there's no opening at the top. So I might be wrong there. So I wonder where that leads then. But I'm really trying to see if you don't need to go into that hole. And yeah, the command menu is beautiful. We also see Sora's new Keyblade. And I really like the way that they've made this Keyblade. It's really interesting. It really resembles aspects to this game. This is the best way to look at it right here, honestly. One of the best. see where it's at. Yeah, right here. So, you know, see here it has the canisters for the screams. It has a door. It has all these mechanics of like how this scream, I believe, was transferred and stuff. And then this like monster looking thing at the top, which I believe was a part of the a part of the original Keyblade. And it has a little hat at the top. But then it comes to life. And then this, so this is okay. This, I believe, is the first stage of the Keyblade transformation of this Keyblade. It's called Quick Claws. And then later, we actually see the Keyblade turn into the second transformation. I'm going to get the name of that in just a second. I guess not. I'll get back to that in a moment. Jesus Christ, where am I going? Well, there it is, if anything. Let me go right there. So, do we see it? Okay, yeah, so we do see it. So, confirmation, the second power to the Keyblade transformation on this one, they turn into yo-yos from those claws. And I really like the way that it was shown, I think, in this trailer. Because you see this. So he threw that yo-yo, and to a group of Heartless, it did like an area of damage that knocked them into the air. And you see that his hair, his fur does change color. It changes orange. So I believe that he is changing into guard form. Or is it power form? It's one of those forms. And sorry if I'm getting dark. It's getting dark outside. But let's just return real quick. So the first one was called, let's go to it real quick so I can refresh my memory. It was called Assault Claws. At least this is the Japanese name. It's called Assault Claws. And then the new one is the second one is called Twin Yo-Yos. Excuse me, what's up? Yeah, I really appreciate how gravity doesn't affect you or your health or anything like that in this game. You just fall and you know, just land. The only thing that I think is that I think there are going to be Keyblade transformations because, so basically Keyblade transformations are forms. That being said, well, they're forms. And then in addition to that, you have the choice to go into these forms. So you don't need to go into these forms, these Keyblade transformations, if you don't want to. You get the prompt, but I do think that in certain situations, you're going to want to use the Keyblade transformation the same way that you would want to use forms in Kingdom Hearts 2 so that you can win a fight. You know what I mean? In the heat of battle, you're gonna want to use freaking final form. Like, you're gonna want to use the zero form, limit form. Like, you're gonna need to use it in some fights. You know what I mean? So I think that these Keyblade transformations, it's really good that you can choose to use them. But I do think the same way that Nomura said, you're gonna want to use them in some certain situations or some certain battles, boss battles. You know what I mean? And also, it all depends on your Keyblade. Your Keyblade will determine the Keyblade transformation that it uses, the form that it will use, magic form, power form, guard form, and it'll also determine the shot lock. I think it has been confirmed already that whatever Keyblade that you use, it'll use a specific shot lock, flow chain, or whatever the specific shot lock is that you can use with it. And I think that that is really, really cool. It all depends on your Keyblade. And that's how it should be. We also see here that what's it called? We also see here that there are a lot of Dream Eaters. So in this world, obviously, since Vanitas is here, that's already known. Vanitas is definitely here. That, you know, Dream Eaters are going to be a part of this world. I wonder if they will be a part of other worlds. That being said, I wonder if it'll only be in this world or other worlds. The same way that that one person said that, you know, Vanitas might be in this world, so Unverse will only come into this world. That would make sense. Yo, I just need to wait and see. There has to be an ultimate weapon in this game, and if there isn't, that would make 0 sense. And the Keyblade transformation for that, I don't know, man. It'd be crazy if it turned into like a Keyblade, you know what I mean? But that would make no sense. I think that it would turn into some like huge Keyblade, like, oh my god, I can't even imagine. I wonder. I will always wonder. I can't imagine what that thing will turn into, because each Keyblade is different. So Ultima Weapon being the Ultima Weapon in Kingdom Hearts, like, I can't imagine what it would turn into. Like, it would have to be like one of the most overpowered Keyblades in the game, and keep it that way. I really like the combos that ability used. Like, that joint skits on the ground. A lot of twists and turns. It reminds me of that that very first dark form with the wings that you get in Dream Drop Distance. That's what it really reminds me of. Like when it kicked the feet. It reminds me of just like that form. And then you can see this big ass Unversed. It freaking looks like a frog or a crab or both. Like, what the freak? I can't wait to play this fucking game. I really like this. So this is another opportunity to use flow motion. And it was only in, I think, in the Japanese trailer, maybe the English trailer, and I was just like tripping and I didn't see it. But so you're on the bottom, you're behind the door. Once electricity is coming down for whatever reason, I don't know why that would be a thing. And then you fly up, and when you flow motion, there's gonna be, so flow motion is only a thing that will happen in some certain situations, I think. Even though I saw you were able to flow motion on a pole a little bit later in the trailer. What's it called? But whenever you use flow motion, if there's Heartless, you can use this sort of magic. That's what I like. Like, this is like, I feel like this is pure light, pure magic that you're using. Or is it water? No, okay, that's them shooting water at you. So look at that. You see the way that he locks onto these Heartless, and he shoots them, destroys them, but at the very same time they shoot their water balls at you. That's probably like not so much of a mini game, but a challenge that you're gonna have to shoot these things before they shoot you, and then you're gonna have to dodge them regardless. And then we also get some gameplay of Tangled, some new gameplay finally. You know what I mean? That was the first world that was ever shown. One of the first worlds that were ever shown. And since then, it hasn't been neglected, but it's been neglected. They didn't even show the Keyblade for that world. So now they show new gameplay and the Keyblade transformation for this world. And I like the Keyblade. It's like flowers at the bottom. It's a tower in the middle, and then the Corona, the Kingdom of Corona you know, sigil at the top. Yeah, the giant slug was in the leak, so the leak was 100% true. You know what I mean? Oh, wait. Someone, when he originally asked what would Ultima weapon transform into be, and then someone said metal armor, like the armor Xehanort fight in Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2, which one is that? Well, in general, what you're talking about is armor. So basically, you're thinking that you will get armor, have this amazing. What I'm thinking is you get armor, and you have this amazing, like, Keyblade transformation move set. Like, it is crazy. Like, you're literally a Lingering Will. Like, how you fight as Lingering Will, or No Heart from Birth by Sleep, or Ericus, or the Master Ericus, armor also from Birth by Sleep. If you like have a moveset that literally allowed you to play like them in the old games, that would be fun. That would be really fun. That you would just be overpowered as shit. I need more light, man. I don't want it to be too dark. Give me a second. I'm gonna check my script. Hey guys, I will be right back, alright? I'm going to... I'm gonna put this on some sort of scene. Dope, thunder. I'll be right back though. And don't promise, I'll be back. Hopefully. Sorry about that, guys. I have returned. Hey man, I came back. She on Steam must have came on just now. This is a really good theme too. I love this theme. Let's continue though. So we got the command table for Tangle 2. Has the tree there, has the hair coming out of the actual tower. I really like those details. And then you actually see Rapunzel's hair, and she's using them to attack. She's like doing these spin attacks. She also takes the tree branches and swings around. To be honest though, she does look a little weird. Like, look, she looks so weird right there. But at the same time, she probably looks really good. We just haven't seen her in a cutscene or anything. So she's just swinging around on trees. Wait. So they're not exactly hold on, let me go back. Yeah, so they're not exactly the same sigil as the Kingdom of Corona, but they're basically flowers with the sun in the middle. So that's not bad. We also see Flynn Rider. At least he's in the party. We're about to see him soon. We also see these same air, these air heartless. I forget what they're called already, man. So this is one thing that I see now. So when you're in your magic form that used to be wisdom form, when you're in this magic form, depending on which Keyblade that you have, and Keyblade transforms into something. When it transforms, it either goes into guard form, power form, or magic form. Possibly a fourth or fifth form, but these are the three forms that we have now. And they're in the beginning of the game. With this magic staff, or it's called a Mirage Rod for the English, or for the Japanese. I should go to the English one so I can see what they're called in English, you know what I mean? So this is called Quick Claws. So they're called Quick Claws in the English version for the Monsters Inc. world. Let's go ahead and go through this trailer real quick. Rail slide, take cover. So there's Flynn Rider. He's using the pan. So Flynn Rider is using a pan. Meanwhile, Rapunzel is using her hair. Okay. I don't think the Little Mermaid will come back as a world. I think that has been settled down. I think she is just a summon. This music is amazing. So we see this Keyblade, and it looks really nice, man. So it's called Mirage Staff. It was called the Rod, a rod. So, I thought he just used Thunderza. So she's swinging around. And then we see that Flynn Rider is on a freaking barrel. So that's another part of his attacks. And then, like I said, so Wisdom form. Whenever you're in Magic form or Wisdom form for a Keyblade transformation, you're going to be floating around. The same way you used to in Kingdom Hearts 2. It looks really good, honestly. You're gliding around, dude. It looks dope. and it's called a Mirage Staff. The command board changes a little bit. I wonder how it attacks though, because it didn't show any of that, I don't think. Like a basic combo, it didn't show it for the Mirage Staff. But the world here looks amazing. Like, regardless of whatever world you're looking at, the world looks amazing. Now, what I literally just noticed was world elements rendering in. So let me see if I saw it. I could have swore I saw it here. Because that was never a thing in Kingdom Hearts 2. In any of the previous games, the worlds were completely rendered when you play it. You know what I mean? But right here is definitely where I saw it. I'm trying to... It's going to be in the background. Ooh, my favorite theme. Where is it? I just saw it too. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. Right here. So, right here, guys. Where is it? Oh, it rendered out. So look, right here. So all of that stuff was right there. The leaves, and there are rocks. And then for some reason, they unrender when you come around this area. And you don't see it come back. Maybe that's why... Oh, that's why he moved the camera, probably. Look at that. He moved the camera because of that. He moved the camera. Is this game finished? So then we see Sora swimming. And the water graphics look amazing in this game. If they decide to do another trailer, I would like to see Big Hero 6, Kairi, Lee training, and maybe Xehanort. Yeah, in the next trailer, I definitely want to see Big Hero 6. I want to see Big Hero 6. I really want to see Treasure Planet, and I want to see The Emperor's New Groove. Because a long time ago, when Kingdom Hearts 3 got first into development, there was like a it was on IMDb, the movie database, and there were voice actors for Emperor's New Groove characters and New Planet, Treasure Planet characters. So any of those would be really, really cool. But I do want to see Lee and Kairi, hopefully Isa, and Xehanort, definitely. Zigbar. Oh, Zigbar. It's an X. That's why I was confused. I want to see Big Hero 6 and Treasure Planet. That's what I want to see. I'm trying to see something. Is it just blue? Okay, yeah, it's just blue when you're in the water. The command table. At first I thought that blue was actually water. So we see Ariel right here summoning. So we didn't even see any sort of command. So this must have literally just been the animation for her being summoned. And it looks really good. I don't know what this animation is going on here, but it made her look really weird here. But then it's like here, she doesn't look that bad. These water graphics though are really nice. So this here is what I mean, at least the first one. What I mean about each Keyblade has its own shot locks. So okay, so what the freak? So So this is a shot lock. This is spectral rays. And that shit looks strong. It looks like an area of damage of just lasers of like light particles going around. And he is fighting the nobody for the nobodies. He's fighting some dusks again, as well as the Marluxia nobody. And they seem to be in some sort of forest here. So yeah, this is the shot lock spectral ray. And then before I read the rest of the comments that just came up, this right here, I feel like is a finisher. I feel like this right here is a finisher. So I believe it is if you choose to go ahead and use what's it called, Mirage Staff, and because I don't think they even showed it in the second form. We've been using the Mirage Staff in this trailer the whole time. Each one seems to have two forms, and they showed it in Monsters Inc. It had the twin claws and then the twin yo-yos, or whatever they're called. In this trailer, they have only shown Mirage Staff. Each Keyblade transformation, whether it be the first form or the second form, has their own finishers. If you allow the bar to go all the way up, all the way to the third bar, you'll be able to do some sort of finisher. I believe that this is the finisher for the Mirage Staff. That's what I'm thinking right now. And it's some sort of Trinity limit, too. Look at that. Like, Sora creates the light in the middle, and then the second Sora, and then the third Sora pop up with light and create an explosion. The finisher for Mirage Staff, if that is what it is some sort of Trinity limit, and it's crazy. And then we see a little bit more of Hyper Hammer. You see those particles. I feel like Giant Land can hint towards Wreck-It Ralph. That would make sense. I heard Wreck-It Ralph could be a world, and that would be interesting if it is. So Big Hero 6, I believe what they said is the latest Pixar movie to be in Kingdom Hearts. So any movie before that or after that would not be a thing, most likely. Big Hero 6. So I'm not quite sure. Probably The Incredibles, Mario. Oh, Mario. He's naming Mario. I don't think Incredibles. That'd be interesting. I think it would fit the story, but I don't think so. That'd be really nice, though. It looks like he is building the tower from the movie Entangled. Almost, but it's a little bit different. It doesn't look like the tower. It just looks like a tower. Because you see the rod right there. This part right here. That's, if anything, that is what the tower looks like from Tangled. And you see it right there in the command menu. The tower that you build here is just a tower. So I don't think it's the tower. But damn, look at that land. This world is huge, dude. So one other thing that I do want to mention real quick is that you see that you are in a Hyper Hammer. This is another thing, guys. If you're worried in a sense that Keyblade transformations might take over, in a sense, this is possibly proof that it would, because I don't know if you turning into a Keyblade transformation will so much as increase your damage output. Because look, you're in Hyper Hammer. This is the first Keyblade transformation, and then you get into the Drill Claw or whatever, the Hyper Drill. When you're in Hyper Hammer, look at the health at the top here. That shit is barely moving off several hits. Look at this. Like, look at how much hits that you're putting in, and it looks like you're putting in damage, but in reality, these Heartless's health bars are not moving whatsoever. Like, literally, this game is going to be hella difficult. I don't care what anyone has to say. If critical mode is the mode that is available to me at the beginning of the game, I'm going to take that challenge. Actually, I lied. I'm going to go ahead and do standard mode first, just to make it easier on myself. But I would be savage and do that. But I think it would just be a little bit smarter for me to actually go ahead and, what's it called? I'd rather do standard first, just so I know what I'm up against. So this is what's confusing me. So he forces up his Keyblade with this Keyblade. The last time we saw this happen was with the Hercules Keyblade. And since then I think it may have changed, but nonetheless, he does this, goes into the teacup again. Actually, no. Okay, so never mind. This is still flow motion. I forgot that this was flow motion, and for some reason I was about to speculate that this could be a shot lock. But this is just flow motion. So I wonder what will truly enable you to activate flow motion. Flow motion? Attraction flow. Sorry, attraction flow. But look at that, dude. You're barely doing any damage to these guys. Literally. Like, fuck, dude. This game is going to be difficult. It could be that bad for trailer purposes. That's possible. Are you sure? I could have swore that Big Hero 6 was a Pixar movie. When you go to the part where Sora fights the boss in Toy Story, you can see that the boss's HP does not go down. So let's take a look at that. It does go down, but literally it doesn't go down a lot whatsoever. Jesus, man. Look at that. This is a boss in Kingdom Hearts 3. It is literally the size of, like, it's just a big ass Heartless. And the health is literally not going down. But I do like this world. So, like, damn, look at the outside of this. It's like an island that you're on right now. And is that how it is everywhere? It looks like it. So in this part specifically, you're like on an island of, like, you're on like a miniature game set. You know what I mean? A board set of buildings. And you're fighting a Heartless. And throughout the fight, he will lift up these worlds with gravity or something. Interesting. So this whole part is a fighting stage, basically. And you also see the command menu for Toy Story there, and it's really I like the Toy Story command menu. Has that little rocket flying across. So here you can It looks like if there is some sort of pole or something in the game, you will be able to do flow motion. I'm trying to see what activated it. Okay, so you see there's that sparkle right there. When there's a sparkle, you can activate flow motion, or rather a square. It's a sparkle turned into a square. When you press square, you can flow motion on it. Whatever it is that has a square or a sparkle, you can flow motion on it. So right there, he got the activation to do Quick Claw, which he was not in before. So at that point, he was already in Quick Claw. And then in here, see, he had Quick Claw. And then he activated it. He activated it right there. That turned it into the twin yo-yos. I wonder what Scream Strike is, though. I think it's really interesting, this Keyblade transformation. It's definitely different. It turns into something entirely different. And that's the point of it. And you see how strong that thing is? It turns into two... Like, yo, it grabs a Heartless and chomps on it while there's drills inside. And let's look at the health. It looks like it doesn't die. Can we please see Sully's face? Can we please say something about that? I think you get to activate Attraction Flow as a situation command if you use flow motion. I would like that. That makes sense. Let's change things. Ooh, I like this one. Wanted to take a picture. So, Sully's face, though. I'm not quite sure what the laugh power is there. It has to do with something. I really like how you're able to be in this area where there are all the doors. I really like that aspect that they put that into the game, where you can go into that area where all the doors are for every world. And then I like how there's just a lot of scream or laugh canisters everywhere. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on here. I think they're just confronting some Heartless. Alright, Sully's face is ugly. I'm sorry. That was ugly, dude. Oh my gosh. Anyways. So he uses a freaking bowling ball. to hit them all. So I don't see what activates this, but Dream Eaters come out and they are usable. Tornado Jump, Balloon Rush, Wonder Balloon. So this has to be some sort of attraction flow when you're facing up against Unversed. Maybe. Even though he's facing up against Heartless, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where activated Wonder Balloon. And then the finish here, he just chose the finishing move. And it came up and popped open as a balloon. And do those create hits? No. The explosion itself is a hit. And then all these, oh god, this is an old version. Can't do it. I'll take it. And then all these Dream Eaters come out. And there is every Dream Eater here. Every single one. Except for the elephants. Except for the big ones. Oh wait, no. Kuma Panda's there. I don't see the elephant though. And then we finally see why they have returned. The Dream Eaters. And it is because Vanitas is back. So, of course Vanitas is back. And when he confronts Sora talking about his other half, Sora's heart responds, or rather, sorry, Ventus's heart responds and tries to reach out to Vanitas. Not really reaching out, but he reached him. And, or rather, Vanitas reached Ventus inside Sora. So, this is one thing that I wanted to talk about. When Sora was inside of Ventus's heart, because at the beginning of Birth by Sleep, Ventus's heart got broken, and Sora, as a newborn child, I believe this is the lore, found Ventus's broken heart and found I guess like a presence inside him, or like basically had a place inside of his heart so that he can heal. You know what I mean? So he helped Ventus. And because of that, because of Sora's heart being inside of Ventus, I'll take this one. Because of Sora's heart being inside of Ventus, that is why Vanitas looked like Sora, because he was the other side, the broken part of Ventus's heart. I believe that's what's going on here. If Sora wasn't present inside of Ventus's heart, I believe Vanitas would have looked like Ventus. Now, with it being the other way around, even though Vanitas is still half of Ventus's heart now resides inside of Sora. It's the other way around this time, and Ventus is present. Obviously, we cannot see shit because they wanted to put his mask back on. But I wonder if he is going to look like Sora, which I really, really wanted. I wanted to see a confrontation of Sora between Dark Sora. Who wouldn't want that? But I theorize that since it's the other way around and Ventus's heart is inside Sora's heart, I think that this time Vanitas might look like Roxas or Ventus with black hair. I think that is definitely what is going to happen. If that's not what happens, either or, I don't mind. I would much rather see a dark Sora again with black hair and yellow eyes so that Sora can see what he could have looked like if he turned into a Xehanort. That would be amazing. But I think that because it is now the other way around as far as who resides in whose heart, I think that Vanitas might look different. But you see his Keyblade though, and that joint looks beautiful. Look at that shit. Keyblades look amazing now. They already looked good, but now they look amazing. You can also see under that cloak, you can still see his original clothes. I hope he takes that cloak off at some point. It would make everything a lot better. But you can see it ever so slightly right there. You can see the lines. You can see it a little bit better in the Oath trailer. Let me see you guys' comments. Dream Eaters as a Link summon? Exactly. So I think Dream Eaters are some sort of Link summon. Yeah, it's gonna definitely get that frame rate out the way. Oh, would you look at that? We're at the end of the trailer. What is the Keyblade that Vanitas has? That's his Keyblade. When we get it, it's black and white, and I think it's called Into the Void, or Void Gear. It's called Void Gear. At least the Keyblade that we get, when we fight the Lingering Will of Vanitas. I think Ven and Vanitas are going to have to open Kingdom Hearts again. I think so too. I think it would be cool. Oh, I definitely agree. If they have another 1000 Heartless battle in Kingdom Hearts 3 with this new game, oh my gosh. That'd be fun. That would be really, really fun. That'd be really fun. I think that's basically it. Is there anything that I missed, guys? Because I think that's basically it. I want there to be a 5000 Heartless battle. I think that is the end of the analysis. I mean, I think we've gone over everything. His Keyblade looks so good. Yeah, I think this is the end of the analysis. I'm not really quite sure what else there's to talk about from this trailer. We haven't seen this Keyblade in a while. Yeah, it's things like this that make me believe that you don't need to use Keyblade transformations. Like, he's perfectly fine using the actual combo system. How is this song gonna play twice? Actually, I guess that's fine. I'm gonna leave it here because I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream off for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and let it play off real quick. Go ahead and let it play, but there's not gonna be any sound. But I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the community analysis. Not as many people showed up for this one, but that's fine. I'll just continue to make these theory videos, though. There's a lot more stuff that we can speculate on and that I want to discuss about this game, especially with the new information that is out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. And like the stream. But other than that, I hope I see you guys in the next stream or on the next video. Hey Michael, if you're curious about what I thought on Riku's new Keyblade, I have a new video that I just released. Everyone go check out my channel. Look at all my discussion videos if you haven't already. But I made a video on my thoughts about that Keyblade. So go ahead and watch that video. My thoughts are all there.